Next like to ask, gosh, a dear old family friend from way back when we were in Ohio. I remember this gentleman from my earliest years in Ohio, and he's very special to me and the family. So I'd like to ask Reverend Dr. Kenneth Hall, would you mind standing and saying a few words and giving a toast for the man of the hour?
I can stay right here. Well, I didn't realize that Laxi and I were basically at UWI campus at the same time. But I didn't know him then, he didn't know me.
That's that book?
Yes, UWI. So I came to the graduate work here in Indiana, lived in Dayton, Ohio, and lo and behold, I discovered there were a few Jamaicans at Central State and Wilberforce universities. Laxi and Elaine were both at Central State University, to which my wife later attended when she worked on her teaching certificate. But we became very close friends, and the kids grew up together. I spent many time in their home, and the kids spent time with us. They were like family. We saw one another as family. One of the things that I remember is we had a good gathering of Jamaicans, West Indians basically, and on these high holy days for the Americans, we had our own West Indian celebration. One of the main features of that was curry goat. I don't know if you all know what that is, but that's a very special meal for Jamaicans. Well, some of the guys would go off to Eton to buy the goat from a guy who reared the goats. And Laxmi was the one who did the bargaining. And so when he went to get the goat, he would look at the ewes and said, I want that one. And of course the goat owner would say, no, we gotta keep those, we can't, but you could have that ram. And actually would say, no, we don't want a ram, we want the goat. And it's a round goat that he wanted. And he was bargaining with the goat owner over the goat in order to bring the price of the round goat down. And so eventually he would come home with a round goat, and they would clean it in the backyard, and there would be this big celebration. There are certain parts of the goat that they use to make soup. I'm sure. Yeah. And that the kids didn't get that. That was too special, so the kids didn't get that. They got the curry goat. All the men gathered around for that soup, and again, again, he oversaw the boiling of the soup. But I remember we were talking one day, and he was talking about going through the line for lunch at Michael. And there was a guy there from one of these outlying parishes, and he came up to the lunch counter and he saw Jello. He didn't know what it was. And so when he came up and they asked him what he wanted, he said, give me a serving and a jumpy. So he would tell that joke over and over again when Jello was being served at any meal. He would just make reference to that as the jumpy. But we bonded over the years, and Laxi, it's been how many years now? 40 years or something like that? The friendship has grown stronger and stronger. We've had a lot of love, a lot of interaction, a lot of support, and a lot of caring for one another. Yeah.
Wait, say that, clear that up.
Ohio, I was serving congregational ministry in Ohio and decided to make a transition from congregational ministry to church administration. And one of the last acts that I could do in Ohio, as I brought that congregational ministry to a close, was to officiate at the wedding of the lady. I was getting real busy to make the transition, and the call came and said, we wanted you to officiate at the wedding. I really was humbled by that, touched by that, and it really meant a lot to me because we knew these kids as kids. They grew up with our kids, and we were just family. But I did not expect that at this high, significant time in your life, we would be invited to do that. And today, I still have in my possession, I don't know if you remember this, but they gave me a clock for officiating at the wedding. And it marks the date of that wedding on it. And that clock still continues to tick today. So as long as you both are married, there is that clock. But wish you all the best, Loxley, and you're not growing older, you're getting younger. Yeah. So we wish you all that's good, and Elaine, and just pray that the good Lord will continue to bless you and give you strength and keep you wise as you get over the years.
Okay, at this time, I'd ask my mother to actually stand and help me do an introduction of our next speaker.
Okay. Well, this is a very special friend and colleague of mine, Lisa, who joined the clinic 3 years ago and who has been taking care of me and the patients and has become a part of the family as such. Lisa is a nurse practitioner, very, very, very efficient nurse practitioner. Not someone who just thinks of the job as a job, but someone who wants to see the practice grow and flourish. People love her, patients love her. I love her dearly. And tonight she is going to say a few words about one of her patients.
I was not expecting that. It's very sweet. Thank you very much. It's your day. Yeah. Happy birthday. So 3 years ago, and some change, I started at their practice. I really feel like the Lord led me to their practice. It was definitely a God thing. But I didn't realize at the time that I was going to be the family doctor, my boss, all the MAs, anybody, all their friends that came into the clinic. I'm not going to go through the medical violation there. However, she gave me authority to talk about his medical stuff tonight. So one of the funny things I'm giving up to say is Loxley doesn't come in for any problems. He only comes in for traumas. So I'm going to come over here. So when I say traumas, he comes in for falling off his bike. And then he says, oh, and by the way, can you fill my blood pressure medicine? I'm like, so the first time I saw him, he hurt his right leg. He says, oh, but Lisa, he fell down something and he falls off. I'm like, did you wear a helmet? Do you have knee pads? Do you have arm pads? And the first time he came in, he's like, no, I don't have any of that stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, can you please, you're a little bit older in age, please wear knee pads and arm pads and a helmet. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna break everything. So, He likes to ride his bike. I don't know if you know this.
Oh,
First-
Ryan knows that.
Yes,
Oh,
you
Lord.
know he rides his bike.
Sure
So the
does.
first 2 years, COVID has really calmed him down, and he hasn't had any falls this year. So maybe it's a birthday thing. But the previous 2 years, he definitely fell. So a month ago, Elaine told me he's riding his bike again. He's out there. So I know it's gonna happen and he's gonna fall. So I got you something for your aches and pains. Happy birthday.
What's going on here?
It's a roller. So he can roll when he hurts his leg. I thought the muscle gun was a little
I
too
still
much.
going to sue her for
HIPAA.
HIPAA violation. So